The Nintendo Entertainment System, otherwise known as the NES. This is Nintendo's first stepping stone into the video game industry. They made so many great games. Some haven't even had sequels or anything. There are a lot of games. So this countdown was really hard to make. I mean, seriously, just look at that. Now, I have a few rules for this list. It's not my personal list. It's about how successful they were and how well their franchise has gone on for. So, without further ado, here are the top 15 NES games. Metal Gear. This is probably a game which is on here for how successful it was. This game was okay, but the media that spawned after it, it was a really good game, but there are really good games after it. And it also introduced Solid Snake, the most badass character ever. It had lots of media, and it also got into Smash, which is definitely a plus for me. Blaster Master. This game is mostly famous for, well, just the idea of it. I mean, the idea that you could get in and out of a car, and that you could do separate missions in or out of a car. The plot wasn't that good, but this was the 1980s. Plots weren't revolutionary, and its reboot wasn't good. This is why I don't like PlayStation. Do you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And not that really bad movie. I'm talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. This game is probably the best beat-em-up style game on the NES. It was so good. It cut the 4-player down to 2. But it revolutionised beat-em-up style games, and it's a very good licensed game. It stayed true to the franchise, and that is good. How could you put a licensed game at number 12? It looks terrible. Well, how dare you? This game is near pure perfection as an action platformer. It plays really well. Capcom has made a licensed piece of genius. You play as Scrooge McDuck, and you've got to collect all the world's treasures. It may not be that good, but don't judge this NES classic. Kirby's Adventure. We are finally getting onto some really good Nintendo games. This game is actually quite underrated because it was released near the end of the NES lifespan, but it is quite a shame because this game started the Kirby franchise, which is one of Nintendo's greatest franchises. It's an action platformer, and like Metal Gear, it's mainly on here because of the media spawn. There have been so many games, and that's why it is number 11. There's no denying the appeal of the original and the venom thrown at the sequel, but the prequel third installment stands up as the best vampire hunting experience on the console. As Simon Belmont's ancestor, Trevor, returns the series to its roots, while adding a handful of key elements. These include branching paths and multiple endings. This favourite was originally known as Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, before he was replaced by Mr. Dream, due to Nintendo's license expiring. Regardless, this amusing, engaging, and widely imaginative boxing game was easily one of the NES's best experiences. Solid gameplay made this one of Nintendo's greats. He also found his way into Smash Brothers and the virtual newspaper. Bionic Commando. Capcom have made a really addicting and fun game. Sure, it was challenging at times, but everyone loves a challenge. The gameplay was top notch. It was actually way ahead of its time. There were other Bionic Commando games, but the first one started it off. I believe this is a truly underrated game, and any NES owner, well, if there are any, should pick it up. And the reboot, it's not bad, it's just that it doesn't follow the story of the original, and it's not that good.